Moving on to more examples. We've already done number 1. Let's go look at number 2. If I set this polynomial equal to 0, and I solve for x, I get x equals 7, x equals 2, and x equals negative 6. Do you agree?
Yes.
I'm going to put those on my number line. So I have negative 6, 2, 7. Should those be open or closed circles? They're closed because it's less than or equal to, so they're all closed. Now I need to go see pluses and minuses on these intervals. I'm going to go type in negative 7, 0, 3, and 8. Okay, if I type that polynomial into my y equals, and I hit graph, and what did I type in first? Negative 7. So trace negative 7. I get negative 126. So I'm going to put a negative symbol here. If I type in x equals 0, I get y equals positive 84. So I'm going to put a plus. If I let x be 3, so trace x equals 3, enter, y equals negative 36. And last, if I let x be 8, trace 8, enter, y is positive 84. Because I want the values that are less than or equal to, I want the negatives. So I want this piece and this piece. My answer is negative infinity to negative 6 with a bracket, union 2 to 7 with a bracket. Here we go. X plus 4 over x minus 5 less than or equal to 0. If I set the denominator equal to 0 and solve for x, I get x equal 5. That's always going to be an open circle. If I set the numerator equal to 0 and solve for x, I get x equal negative 4. Since it's less than or equal to, this is where it equals 0, so this is going to be a closed circle. On my number line, I have two numbers. I have negative 4 and 5. We've already said the negative 4 should be closed. The 5 should be open. Now I need to go pick values on each of those three intervals. I'm going to pick negative 10, 0, and 8. I type this rational expression into my y equals. I hit graph. Then I hit trace negative 10, enter. I get positive 0.4. I'm going to put a plus up here. If I type in 0 for x, so trace 0, when x is 0, y is negative 0.8. I'm going to put a negative on that piece. And last, when x is 8, trace 8, enter. When x is 8, y is 4. So that's a positive. I want less than or equal to. I want the piece in the middle because it's the negative. My answer to this rational inequality is bracket negative 4, comma 5 with a parenthesis.
Is the negative 4 not included? It's equal to?
It is included because it's equal to here. Yep, it's going to be bracket. Okay, here we go. Last example for the day. 2x cubed plus 9x squared less than 32x plus 144. We need to get 0 on the right, correct? So I want to subtract 32x from both sides and subtract 144 from both sides, right? So my polynomial inequality becomes 2x cubed plus 9x squared minus 32x minus 144 less than 0. I need to factor that somehow. I'm going to go look at the calculator. Type it into my y equals. Then go look at the graph. And I notice that there is a 0 here at x equals maybe 4. Trace 4. Yes. Now there are 2 more zeros over here. Do you agree? Let's go see what x equals 4 does for us. Two times 4 is 8. Oh boy. I don't do arithmetic. 17 times 4 is 68. 68 minus 32 is 36. 36 times 4 is 144. That's a good thing because our remainder is 0. Back on your calculator, what's another guess? Negative 4 maybe? Yes. Let's go get negative 4 out. 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. 17 minus 8 is 9. 9 times negative 4 is negative 36. That's a good thing. What was our other 0? Let's try negative 4.5. Yes. And if we do negative 4.5, 2 times negative 4.5 is negative 9. Okay, we just factored this third degree polynomial, and we found how many factors? Or how many zeros, I should say? We found 3 real zeros. So we get x minus 4 times x plus 4 times, I'll just keep it as a decimal, x plus 4.5. Our zeros are 4, negative 4, and negative 4.5. Those are the numbers that go on your number line. If I type in negative 5, what do I get? A negative? Again, if I type in x equal negative 5, I get a negative 9. Was that right? Yeah. Negative. If I type in negative 4.2, I get a positive 0.984. If I type in x equals 0, I get a negative 144. And if I type in x equals 6, I get positive 420. Okay, back up to my inequality. I wanted less than 0. So those 3 values on my number line, should they be open or closed? They should be open. I want less than 0. So I want the negatives. My answer will be negative infinity to negative 4.5 with a parenthesis, and then from negative 4 to 4. Again, if I look at my graph, I want to know where was it less than 0? Where is it below the x-axis? It's below here, and it's below on this piece. Do you agree? So I have two pieces there.